At the very beginning of Earth's formation, chaos ruled the planet. Massive boulders of rock crashed into one another from every direction at tremendous speed. The intense collisions caused parts of the young Earth to melt again and again. Nothing was stable. As the planet remained molten, heavy metals like iron, nickel, and gold slowly sank deep into the core. Lighter elements such as silicon, magnesium, and aluminum rose toward the surface. Over millions of years, repeated heating, expansion, cooling, and contraction reshaped the Earth's crust. Gradually, the surface formed mountains, valleys, plains, anticlines, and synclines, creating the diverse topography we see today. Inside the molten rocks, intense heat triggered chemical reactions. These reactions released various gases: water vapor, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen, oxygen, ammonia, and methane. Slowly, these gases surrounded the Earth, forming the early atmosphere. As the planet cooled, water vapor condensed and fell as heavy rainfall. The rain filled the low-lying areas, giving rise to oceans, seas, lakes, and ponds. With water, air, and a stable surface, Earth's environment slowly became suitable for life. Meanwhile, simple chemical reactions between elements like hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon formed complex biomolecules such as proteins and nucleic acids. From these molecules, the simplest living organisms, prokaryotes, evolved. Over an unimaginably long period of time, all living organisms on Earth developed from these simple life forms through a gradual and continuous process called organic evolution. To better understand this vast history, scientists have divided Earth's past into units known as the geological time scale. The longest unit is called an eon. There are two major eons in Earth's history: Cryptozoic and Phanerozoic. Each of these eons is further divided into 3 eras, helping us study the story of life on Earth step by step.
The Cryptozoic eon literally means the eon of hidden or false life. It is the earliest and longest phase of Earth's history, covering almost 88% of the total lifespan of the Earth. This eon began 4.6 billion years ago and ended about 570 million years ago. Because very little evidence of life has been preserved from this time, many geologists also call it the Precambrian or Azoic era. The Cryptozoic eon is divided into 3 eras: Archaeozoic, Proterozoic, and Eozoic. During the Archaeozoic era, Earth was busy preparing itself for life. The atmosphere, hydrosphere, and lithosphere were formed, creating suitable physical conditions for living organisms. In the Proterozoic era, the first primitive unicellular life forms evolved in water. Later, during the Eozoic era, simple, soft-bodied unicellular and multicellular aquatic organisms, along with algae, appeared in the oceans. This marks the very beginning of life on Earth, simple, slow, and hidden beneath deep waters. Phanerozoic eon, the visible life. The Phanerozoic eon began 570 million years ago and continues to the present day. Although it represents only about 12% of Earth's total history, it is extremely important because of the explosion of visible and diverse life forms. Based on the origin and extinction of organisms, this eon is divided into 3 major eras: Paleozoic, Mesozoic, and Cenozoic. Paleozoic era. Life begins to flourish. The Paleozoic era lasted for about 330 million years, making it the longest era of the Phanerozoic eon. It started 570 million years ago and ended 240 million years ago. During this era, life rapidly diversified in water, and later some organisms began to move onto land. Almost all invertebrates, such as arthropods, mollusks, echinoderms, along with fishes, amphibians, and small reptiles, evolved during this time. Non-flowering plants, known as cryptogams, also appeared.
In the Cambrian period, an extraordinary increase in aquatic life occurred, more than in any other geological period. Trilobites, crustaceans, corals, lungfishes, snails, and marine scorpions thrived. Dense forests of tree ferns, Lycopodium, and other pteridophytes covered the land. However, intense geological and tectonic disturbances towards the end of this era caused a mass extinction, wiping out many life forms forever. Mesozoic era, the age of reptiles. The Mesozoic era lasted for 175 million years, from 240 million to 65 million years ago. Major climatic and geological changes occurred during this era. The climate became drier, seasonal variations became noticeable, seas deepened, and land areas expanded. Large gymnosperm forests, such as cycas, pine, ginkgo, juniper, and ephedra, replaced earlier plant groups. Because of this dominance, the Mesozoic era is also called the era of gymnosperms, or era of conifers. But most notably, this was the age of reptiles. Gigantic reptiles, especially dinosaurs, dominated land, water, and air. They included herbivores, omnivores, and fierce carnivores. Dinosaurs first appeared in the Triassic period, became dominant in the Jurassic, and went extinct at the end of the Cretaceous period. Scientists believe that a massive meteor impact, along with violent volcanic eruptions, filled the atmosphere with fire, ash, and poisonous gases, leading to one of the greatest mass extinctions in Earth's history. Small mammals, toothed birds, insects, and early flowering plants appeared just before this catastrophic end. Cenozoic era, the age of mammals. The Cenozoic era began 65 million years ago and continues to this day. This is the era of modern life. Mammals flourished, flowering plants spread across the continents, and humans eventually appeared. Because of this, the Cenozoic is also called the era of mammals and the era of angiosperms. During this era, all 7 continents separated due to tectonic movements. The Himalayas rose, rivers and valleys formed, climates changed, and seasons became regular. Many large mammals, such as elephants, horses, whales, rhinos, cats, monkeys, and primates, evolved, though many later became extinct. Early human ancestors evolved from primates about 6 million years ago, began walking upright around 4 million years ago, and modern humans, Homo sapiens, appeared only about 56,800 years ago. After spending most of their existence as hunters and gatherers, humans began farming, domesticating animals, forming societies, and practicing religion about 10,000 to 12,000 years ago. This recent period is known as the Holocene epoch, the chapter of Earth's history we are living in today. From the birth of Earth to the rise of human civilization, the geological timeline tells a story written over billions of years, a story of change, survival, and continuous evolution that still shapes our world today.